If you were to do an assessment of the state of the South African economy now, there certainly the JSE is booming, but that's one aspect of the economy. It's not the economy itself. And there has been some sense that business confidence is increasing, but you, in some statements you've made, are a lot more cautious. Tell us why.
Well, we're cautious because, as you have seen, the majority of the members or the majority of businesses in South Africa are actually the SMEs and the family-owned type businesses. The JSE still has less than 600 companies. And there are millions of companies in South Africa employing millions of people. So to that particular extent, those are the businesses that have been adversely affected because they could not have had extensive capital reserves to sustain themselves over longer periods of time. So these are people where perhaps maybe they require something like a 3-month cycle of revenues to cover any expenses without making any profit. And when that dries up, then they suffer very, very significantly. So the point that we're making earlier on was that we think that the government relief, we know that it was not a stimulus, it was a relief measure, because sometimes people get confused between a stimulus and a relief. The 500 billion, 200 billion of that 500 billion would have been the loan guarantee scheme backed by the government to be issued by the banks. But the experience that we've had so far, as you had the president speaking on the matter as well, is that still less than 15% of that money was actually allocated. Why? Because the banks themselves have gone out to use their very stringent credit criteria to on-lend money. In other words, so you are in a very significantly compromised situation where businesses shut down, you cannot sell products,
yes.
Overseas markets have actually closed, and then you still have to survive. And of course, that fund was only specifically relating to carrying of net operating loss carryovers, but it didn't actually require you or allow you to do other things. So we're saying that should have been structured differently, designed differently, so it does what it intended to do: protect the jobs, protect the businesses, so that throughout this particular period, whether it's a year or something, you don't actually end up killing the goose that's laying the golden egg.
News.
Experts.
Analysis.
Where things stand.
What you need to know. Drive home with John Perlman
On 702.